more new toys. Is it going to be as good as the old one? Let us find out. Hello again, I'm Nathan. This is WasntMyFault. Welcome back if you've been here before. If not, welcome here for the first time. So, as I said in my last video, Galaxy Watch Active, which is an upgrade of the Galaxy Sport. Kind of upgrade. I'll leave that there because we shall be comparing the two. So, it's a little bit of tape to take off there. Oh, once again, in the lid, as always with Samsung lately, all your instructions and stuff like that we don't need. So this is obviously a more lightweight, cut down, I say cut down version because the screen is slightly smaller. I like the packaging, that's kind of nice. So in here we have an extra strap, just the one side, because it's a slightly different size one. I figured I have to get it out of there. Come on, get out, get out, get out, get out, get out. God, this thing's difficult. Right, there we go. So it's a spare strap. If you can see the connector there, you just push that across, the end goes in, so you can actually replace the strap. You can put other straps on it. It doesn't have to be a Samsung one. So this one is a cheap one I got from Amazon, packer free. They're fantastic, waterproof and everything else. So, take out the middle bit. So we have the watch itself. What do we have in here? Ooh, new charger. Wow, that's cool. Right, normal USB, quite a long cable. This one I think is a magnetic charger. Let's have a look. As you can see, it just, don't think it'll hold the weight of it. There you go. It's to the bit high. There you go. It's magnetic. A lot better. The old one, as I've said in other videos, was more of a cradle. It was slightly magnetic, but you had a chance of not connecting it very well, so it was a little bit frustrating. So that I think is quite a nice welcome addition. Go on that one as well. See, that's not magnetic. Weird. But the new one is. So that's interesting. So I can't interchange the cradles. Odd. Good to know. So, Galaxy Watch Active. It is a slightly smaller screen than this, as we can see. It also doesn't have the bezel going around it. So no rotating bezel. It's all just touch control. So put them up the same way, shall we? Alright, there you go. The strap is quite a nice rubber. It's a little bit different to the previous Samsung ones. It does have an actual buckle like that. It's a little bit different. Really nice feel to it. Plastic, nice rubber. Slight sort of, I don't say stickiness, but you know, when there's a slight texture to it, so it's not too slippery, which is quite nice. So 20mm straps, you can put other ones on there. See, it's not incredibly thick compared to the old one. And see, there's a bit of a difference in the height. Not a huge amount, it's mainly the difference in the size of that. Fairly light compared to that. It is a little bit lighter. On the back, as you can see, it's got more sensors on the back. The previous one only had that. So it should, in theory, be better at all the different bits and pieces like heart rate and everything else. It will, of course, sense your movements and that sort of thing as well, and figure out if you're exercising or not, which is good. And it will tell you when you're not exercising, which can be frustrating at times when you're in the middle of doing anything at work and you're sat at your desk and it says, get up, do some twists. Yeah, if you don't want to client, you can't. So it's like, annoying, shut up. Anyway, this will be quite interesting because it's a different size. So I think it'll be nice for other things, like maybe at the gym might be better than that one because that's kind of bulky, but it does look nice. And I don't know, I shall see how it compares. But this is the watch. I shall now set it up and see how it actually looks. Be right back. Okay, so I set it up. Wake up. So see, really nice clear display, lots of information on there. Obviously you can have lots of different watch faces. There's hundreds of different ones to choose from. Let's put a different one on there. So watch faces, it's really easy to do. Hard when you're not looking at it though. So what's that one? Oh, let's have a look at that one. Just click on it and you've got a different watch face. You set them up through the phone, obviously. It is ideally suited for Android phones, especially Samsung, because that is obviously who make it, because it's not running Android OS. Can't remember the name of it, but it's a Samsung's own one, so you can't use standard watch faces. Something I did notice about the buttons, there's two buttons on the side, the only buttons on, but you see one of them has kind of, you see that texture in the middle, the other one has a texture on the outside. You don't notice it a lot when you touch them as such, which I would have thought they would have made a little bit more obvious, but you kind of, there's a little bit different. That one feels a lot more slidey than that one. So a slight texture to it, so you can see, kind of feel the difference and see which way around up it's supposed to go, which is quite nice, I suppose. A little bit different. You can obviously change the screen timer and all that sort of thing. And you can just put your hand over it and it'll turn it off. So you have those options. It does, you can change the settings so it turns on when you move your wrist and that sort of thing. So it has all of the standard tracking of your steps, your heart rate, all the other bits and bobs like that as well. So there's lots of that. You can also get text messages on it through WhatsApp, Messenger, and so on. It'll alert you of emails, telephone calls. You can't make them receive telephone calls on it. You can dial and you can answer, but you can't actually speak for it because it doesn't have a speaker. Well, it has a microphone for using Bixby and stuff like that, but it doesn't have a built-in speaker for phone calls, so it's no good as a Dick Tracy watch. You have to use your phone for all that sort of thing, but as a standard, it's quite good. It has got on board, I think it's 4GB memory, the same as the old one, so you can store music on there, attach a Bluetooth headset, and you don't need to take your phone with you if you're going for a run or a jog or something like that, unless of course you want messages and access to the internet, and that's different. But it is standalone, so you can use it as a fitness tracker and control your music and that sort of thing, which is quite good. It can obviously play music from the phone as well, and you can choose which ones you want to do, so you can actually control that. And obviously if you've got Galaxy Buds or some other similar Bluetooth headsets, that also can play music, and you control music with that. And there's lots of different things you can do when you connect that. So you can use it with an Apple phone, but you won't have all the same functionality. So it is obviously integrated with Samsung Health and all of that, and you can then go into Google Health and all sorts of different stuff. So it is really good. What will take some getting used to is not having the bezel around there. So you can see I can go left and right pretty easy, go to different things, but I'm used to, see, you can still go round and round and round. Whereas with the old watch, you could control it by the bezel. You could still do all that with your finger, but you have the bezel so you can actually see what's going on. So let's have a look how the heart rate works on the new one. Right. Ooh. Daily activities. Right. Yeah, I don't want to know about that. Right, go back. Okay. Yes, I know. I haven't got anything set up yet. Where's all my fitness stuff? Samsung Health. Maybe it's that. Samsung Health. Targets. I don't want to set targets. I don't want to do that. I just want to see where's my fitness stuff. Oh, that's hang on, I don't want to do that. Alright, so here we go. So that's where you put all your apps. There's common workouts and so on. Alright, stress, heart rate, weather, calendar, and you can add widgets so you can count how many cups of coffee or tea you have every day. Right, let's put this on a minute, see how comfortable it is. Because that, at the end of the day, is the important thing. It's an odd strap to put on, because so you have the buckle and you have that tuck inside, which is nice because then you don't have those annoying little rubber bits to hold on. So keep track of your heart rate. Let's measure that. I'll move like that so you can see it a little bit better. You see that? It's actually quite quick. It's almost done already. See, the bar around the outside fills up as it's tracking. And what do we have there? 86 beats per minute, higher than average. Really? Alright, let's see what my other watch says. Because that obviously I've been wearing days and days and days. 86 seems quite high. It's quite warm in here though. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. The right way around. I always forget which way around the strap goes. Right, so that one said 86. Dun, 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 dun. Well, that was 64 really, so measure. See, same sort of thing. Apologies for the angle, but it's not like I can hold the watch any other way so you can see it because I can't get close enough. Once again doing that. 90. So there's a slight difference, but maybe my heart rate is increasing. Maybe I'm nervous. I don't know, but similar results, I guess, for that quick test. So yeah, it seems pretty easy to use. Oh, and it's I have to go for Don't forget, you can do this, don't forget you can do that. There's some other settings on it. Obviously you get airplane mode, you get night mode, and all that sort of thing as well. It will also track your sleep, but I never wear it when I'm sleeping because I tend to charge it at night. So we'll see how that goes, see if it's got enough battery, because everyone does die by the end of the day. Well, I've had this on all day, and how much battery do I have left? Oh, 66%. So I could potentially wear it all night and see how it tracks. If I'm not using it for a lot, I put it in a like mode where it won't use a lot of screen or anything else. I tend to have it always on so I can always see the time. So I turn all that off, and it might actually last a while. That's actually much better than I thought. 66% is actually pretty good battery. So I'll see how it compares. I'll test this one today and see how it goes. But so far, I said it's quite different in size, like a little bit lighter. It's supposed to have slightly better tracking for all the fitness, and I'll see how it goes. So I shall try it for a couple of days. I'll get back to you, see how it is. Be long. Okay, so I've been using this watch for a couple of days. I actually put it on about 7 o'clock in the morning when I woke up for work. Worked all day, wore it overnight, and the whole next day. I put it on charge then when I went to sleep about midnight, something like that, on the second day, and it was on about 5%. So it lasted pretty much 2 days, which I'm quite surprised. The sleep tracking seems to be a little bit more accurate than on the older Gear Sport. It shows a rundown of sort of when you lie down, wake time, sleeping time, deep sleep, REM sleep, and that sort of thing. Whereas this one just puts it broadly non-move-in, move-in, and that sort of thing. So showing how restless you are. But this actually breaks it down to REM sleep, deep sleep, and so on as well. So it's a little bit more information being given on this. So I didn't really use it much for tracking because I didn't actually go to the gym because I'm too lazy and I was in work and stuff, so I didn't do that. Yeah, poor excuses, but anyway. So I didn't do a lot of fitness tracking. It was tracking my steps every day, and it also tracks heart rate every 10 minutes. So there's quite a lot going on with it. Not a huge amount of fitness tracking as such, but it was doing all of that as well, and I generally have the on display on as well. So for that amount of time, I'm actually quite surprised. It did a little bit better than that one. I said I prefer the sleep tracking on this. It just seems a little bit more comprehensive and a bit easier to understand rather than just restless sleep and that sort of thing. So that's quite good. So I'm impressed. The only trouble is, of course, if you want to track your sleep, you can't charge it. When do you charge it? Because you want to track your steps all day. So the only solution I come up with, I wear one day while this one is on charge. Wear to sleep. When I wake up in the morning, swap watches, put this one on charge, grab that watch for the day ahead. So I can track my sleep, my steps, and have messages and everything else. The only way you can do it with these watches is have two. So I'm going to keep it and do two and see how it goes long term, actually swap in between watches. So it should be quite interesting, but it seems to be the best way. The strap, absolutely comfortable, slightly more comfortable. Yeah, I've got a third party strap on this, but you don't feel it on quite as much as this one because a slightly thinner profile to it and quite smooth edges. It slips under shirts and jumpers and that sort of thing pretty easily and quite well, whereas this one does catch on shirts. So you can see it's, if I put them next to each other, it's not a huge amount of difference. You notice the whole bezel does stick up. That is really the big difference in the size, is the bezel. And with the bezel having the ridges on it, it does get caught, whereas this is a lot smoother. I do need to get a screen protector. I bought some from Amazon and they were rubbish. They were some of the plastic ones and they were just awful. So I'm going to look for another solution because I do need one. The nice thing about this, it was nice and easy to get a screen protector. I've got a glass one on there and the rim actually keeps it nicely in place. So it's not quite the size of the glass. And you see my finger moves between the glass and the edge, like the glass screen protector and the edge of the bezel. So there's a little bit of a gap, but it's enough to protect it. And with the bezel, it does protect it well. So I think for days when you might knock it against something else, this is a more hard-wearing one, although maybe you get the bezel quality, I don't know. Whereas this one, there's nothing to protect it, so there's more chance of this getting damaged and scratched, so I need to find a really good screen protector for that. But all in all, I'm very impressed for what it is, and the price of it is pretty good. It's about £169 generally, as I said. I got it free with the current promotion Samsung have until I think the end of January, so that was really good. I'm happy with that. If you do buy one of the phones that you do get that, make sure you claim it within the 30 days so that you can get one, because it's definitely worth it. And mine came in 2 weeks, if that. maybe even been a week and a half. It was pretty quick anyway. I was really surprised. It said allow up to 45 days, but it was here, as you can tell, pretty quickly. So I only just got the phone as well. So fantastic. Overall, very impressed. It's a very good smartwatch. I cannot fault it. I love Samsung stuff. I'm a Samsung fanboy. We all know that, so it's fine. So the strap's really comfortable. I can't really fault it too much, to be honest. It does everything that I need a watch to do. I can change the watch faces easily. It has the always on display. It tracks everything I need it to. Fantastic control my music, whatever I want to. Absolutely brilliant. So yep, I'm enjoying it, and I'm going to use 2 watches and alternate between the 2. Maybe I'll do a vlog or something to say how that actually is, using 2 different watches all the time. I love watches. I've got hundreds of watches, so it's not that unusual for me to keep changing watches. So very good. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching. Please subscribe, like, tell other people, comment, all the usual stuff. That would be fantastic. I seem to be gaining subscribers slowly, a couple every day. So it's like I'm one every couple of days. I mean, it'd be nice to a couple every day, one every couple of days. So I'm doing better than I have before. Fantastic. Keep an eye on the channel. I'll be doing more stuff when I can. I will be changing my phone a lot more often. Now I've got a different contract that allows me to. That'd be cool. And I'm getting back to the gaming very soon. So come back and see me again soon. Bye for now.